Okay, Assalamualaikum. This is the last video of the nervous system CNS. Okay, alright, we look at the lesson outcome for this video. Okay, the lesson outcome. Alright, this video only explaining about the protection of the brain. Okay, very simple. Okay, protection of the brain is protected by these four: bone, meninges, cerebrospinal fluid or CSF, and blood-brain barrier. Okay, so I will explain one by one. Okay, bone, protection by the bone. So it's actually our brain is protected by bone of the skull. Here is the skull. So everyone has the skull. Okay, skull is tengkorak. Okay, and then the next protection is by the meninges. So what is meninges? Meninges is the three layers. Okay, meninges is the three layers protective membranes. Okay, so they are dura mater, arachnoid mater, and pia mater. Okay, between the arachnoid and pia mater, so in between here, okay, contains subarachnoid space that have cerebrospinal fluid, the third protection of the brain. Okay, now I will show you the meninges layer. Okay, this is the meninges layer, the three layers of the meninges. The first one is the dura mater. Dura mater is the white layer and the red layer here. Okay, so two layers here is the dura mater. Arachnoid mater, the clear layer here. Okay, and then pia mater. Pia mater is the innermost layer, yang paling dalam sekali. So between arachnoid and pia mater, there is a subarachnoid space that contain cerebrospinal fluid. Okay, now cerebrospinal fluid or CSF. Okay, cerebrospinal fluid formed by the choroid plexus from blood plasma. So this fluid circulates through the ventricle and into the subarachnoid space, which this space is between arachnoid mater and pia mater. Okay, function CSF is to support and watery cushions the brain and spinal cord and helps to nourish them. Okay, where is the subarachnoid space between the arachnoid and pia mater? Okay, here. This is the subarachnoid space that contain the cerebrospinal fluid. Okay, a simple explanation to you how the cerebrospinal fluid circulates through our brain and the spinal cord. Okay, look at the number one. Number one here is this is the CSF that produced by the choroid plexus. So choroid plexus located at the diencephalon. So it starts from here, okay, and then it will circulate to the number 2 here. Okay, it flow through the ventricle, okay, into the spinal cord. Ni, dia turun ke bawah. Spinal cord kita kan panjang, so dia turun sampai bawah, and then dia naik balik. Okay, look at the number 3. So this CSF flow through the subarachnoid space inside the brain. Okay, so it flow number 4. Okay, continue flow into the subarachnoid space, and then back, and then dia pusing balik. Okay, so the CSF at number 4, the CSF is absorbed into the dural venous sinuses via the arachnoid villi. Okay, lepas tu dia pusing balik nombor 1, turun balik nombor 2, masuk balik nombor 3. So it circulates continuously. Okay, and the last protection of the brain is blood-brain barrier. So blood-brain barrier means the protection inside the blood vessel. Okay, dalam salur darah inside the brain. So it reflects the relative impermeability of the epithelium of the capillaries of the brain. It allows water, dia hanya membenarkan water, respiratory gases, which are our oxygen and carbon dioxide, the essential nutrients and fat-soluble molecules to enter the neural tissue. Okay, so it will prevent entry of other water-soluble pun tak boleh masuk and potentially harmful substances. Okay, so this is the protection of the blood-brain barrier. So sebenarnya BBB ni adalah salur darah or capillary inside the brain itself. Okay, so this is all for central nervous system. Okay, I will stop here and thank you for listening.